Tonight on CTV News, protesters graffiti the state capitol.
Plus, a special night celebrating Colorado State University's diverse population. All this and more coming up.
Thanks for tuning into CTV News. I'm Kaitlyn Connolly.
And I'm Elizabeth Ruiz.
Demonstrators are facing destruction of property charges for spray painting graffiti on the state capitol building. About 10 people were arrested Wednesday evening in Denver. The arrest happened during a Million Mask March at the state capitol. Denver police say one person was arrested on suspicion of assaulting an officer. The demonstrators spray painted the west side of the building with symbols of the hacker group Anonymous. The march in Denver was part of the international protest put on by the internet activist group.
The trouble is continuing for a Colorado State University student accused of stealing an ambulance on Sunday. According to the Larimer County Sheriff's Office, Stephen Sortland punched a deputy in the face after deputies opened Sortland's holding cell to give him his meal. The deputy suffered a concussion and face swelling. In addition to his current misdemeanor and felony charges, Sortland will now face 1 count of second-degree assault and another count of third-degree assault.
Colorado State University researchers have confirmed that for the first time, camels vent certain volumes of the deadly Middle East respiratory syndrome known as MERS. The findings show that camels are likely suspects for spreading the MERS virus to humans. The research team, led by a doctoral student at CSU, are currently testing a vaccine that could prevent the camels from shedding the MERS virus. The tests are being conducted at the university's sealed biosafety level 3 laboratory. The virus has caused illness in about 900 people in the Arabian Peninsula since it was identified in 2012. It has a 30% mortality rate.
Rams for Diversity is a Colorado State University event that started 5 years ago. While it is usually held in Denver, this year they decided to hold the reception at the newly renovated Laurie Student Center. Alumni, students, staff, and community members attended the annual Rams for Diversity event Wednesday night in the Longs Peak Room at the Laurie Student Center. After sitting down from complimentary appetizers, CSU President Tony Frank was introduced to talk about the current state of diversity at the university.
That is a day worth remembering, in my opinion.
He emphasized how we ought to have a sense of urgency in improving the number of diverse faculty, staff, and students in order to mirror the true image of society.
And it's a problem that we have probably been, in my opinion at least, too patient about.
Frank's hope is that the alumni and those who attended the event will hold the university accountable for making the campus a more welcoming environment for people of all diverse backgrounds.
And this is one of my favorite events of the year. It's a lot of fun. It's a great time to connect with people who care about the same things I care about. And that is making this a welcoming place for our students.
But following Frank was Vice President for Student Affairs Dr. Blanche Hughes, who gave a brief history on student diversity programs at CSU.
They just didn't feel welcome.
Throughout her time at CSU, Hughes has learned from various interviews and surveys that diverse students need a cultural home, want more interaction with people who are different from them, and want to be engaged at the university.
It's important for them to have this home base where they can be comfortable, where they can get support, and then to be able to say, and now how can I use this to help be in leadership roles across the campus?
Very passionate about the topic, Hughes shared why diversity is important.
I think diversity is important, period. That's the world, right? So whether you're talking about students of color or whether international students, or all of us are different. That's what we all have in common.
Added how it's not just about the numbers, it's about the stories of students here at CSU. Both she and Frank both noted that we still have a lot of work to do in making CSU a more welcoming and diverse campus, but we are moving in the right direction.
With issue 200 passing on Tuesday night, the Larimer County Humane Society is looking towards the future. The shelter hopes to open a new facility in late 2016. The facility is expected to cost around $13 million, in addition to financing and bond issuance costs. A large portion of the cost for the facility will be funded by the sales tax approved by voters on Tuesday night. The tax is 1 cent on every $10 spent on applicable purchases. Once opened, the new facility will serve up to 10,000 animals every year, which is 3 times the amount of animals served in the current facility.
Meteorologist Elizabeth Prasse is in the Weather Center now. What can we expect, Liz?
Well, we're coming off of a relatively warm October, and right now we are still looking at temperatures that are above average for this time of year. Now for tonight, we can look at the map and see we're going to cool down to 32 in Grand Junction, 27 Telluride, but look at this. We're going to start seeing those teens. 14 in Gunnison and 16 in Alamosa, but then in those 30s this evening along the I-25 corridor. Now currently here in Fort Collins, it is 44 degrees and we do have winds out of the southwest around 7 miles per hour. As you can see, there is a full moon this evening, so if there's a break in the clouds, because it is partly cloudy right now, hopefully you can get a chance to see that full moon. Now for tonight, we do see those clouds and we're going to cool down to about 38 degrees this evening. But if you think 38 degrees is cold, just wait, because coming up, I will let you know when we just may see some snow.
Thanks, Liz. And coming up after the break, the full weather forecast.
Plus, a ski film screening you won't want to miss.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Welcome back, Rams. I'm Meteorologist Elizabeth Prasse with your latest weather update. Now for tomorrow, we're going to see these warm temperatures continue. As you can see, we're going to heat up to 63 in Grand Junction, 58 in Craig, 50 degrees in Vail, and then 65 in Colorado Springs, Denver, and Fort Collins. Now let's take a look at your Friday planner. As you can see, it's going to be a windy day. We're starting out at 47 degrees in the morning, but we're going to have winds in the teens, and they're actually going to be gusting up to around 21 miles per hour. So make sure you dress accordingly. Now we're heating up to 65 and then about 60 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. As you can see this weekend, we're going to see that warm and dry weather. But take a look. Monday and Tuesday, things are going to change, and we're going to have our first real chance of snow this winter. What is happening is Super Typhoon Nuri is going to be in the Bering Sea right now, and she is going to be pushing the jet stream further south than normal. So all this warm air is going to move up, and then the cold air from Canada is going to move down south. And that is going to give us this chance of snow here in Colorado. And this cold air is probably the coldest air of the year so far. Let's take a look at that 7 days. We can see there is a 20% chance Monday, 30% chance of Tuesday this rain, and we will see snow mix in with that rain, because as you can see, those lows are definitely below the freezing mark. Now we will see Wednesday, things are going to heat up, so it is going to be a relatively nice weekend for you to enjoy that football game on side before we see that chance of snow. So enjoy the weather while you still can, and let's go Rams.
The Colorado State Women's Association creates scholarships for women in need. Thursday morning, they held their annual luncheon with the help of the First National Bank. On November 6, 2014, the Colorado State University Women's Association, along with the First National Bank, hosted their annual scholarship recognition luncheon at the Hilton Hotel in Fort Collins. 5 $2,500 scholarships were awarded to young women attending CSU, given through the generosity of the CSU WA.
I am the chairman of the scholarship committee, and so my job is to organize this luncheon and get everybody here and just have a fun celebration and honor our recipients.
These scholarships are funded through the generous donations from the women in the association, along with the selling of their many cards, jewelry, and cookbooks.
Yes, today we are honoring our 20 scholarship recipients. We have 6 that are CSU Women's Association scholarships that are each $2,500 raised by our members and our endowment fund. And then we have 14 named donor scholarships. Their representatives are here, and so they're matched up with their recipients, and they get to meet each other today and visit for a while. It's our only contact with our scholarship recipients, so we really enjoy doing that.
The generous donations help women continue their schooling and to promote their careers and dreams. For more information about how to get involved or how to donate to this cause, go to csuwa.colostate.edu.
Students, ski season is gearing up. How about catching a film to get you ready? Outpost Sun Sports is preparing for winter with a mountain culture film. Warren Miller's No Turning Back will be shown at the Lincoln Center on Friday. The film takes viewers to snow-covered destinations that help define skiing and riding. Those in attendance will also have the chance to win ski vacations and gear. Purchasing a ticket also gives you access to exclusive ski savings for several mountain resorts. Tickets are $16 and can be purchased at Outpost Sun Sports or on the Lincoln Center website.
After the break, sports with Grace Reader.
And a Discovery Channel special will have you squirming with fear. Don't go away.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Sports Acre, Grace Reader is in the Trophy Lounge now.
What's happening in the world of Rams sports, Grace?
Thanks, guys. Elizabeth is reporting much colder temperatures, which can only mean that the college football season is coming to a close. With regular season ending, I'm going to map out what you can expect in a segment called Mountain West Contender or Pretender. Let's start with the West Division. Our first team is 6-3 Nevada. While they're at the top of the West Division, I'm still going to say that they're pretenders. The West is certainly the weaker division in the Mountain West, and I have no doubt that the winner of the Mountain West Championship game is going to be from the Mountain Division. Both Boise State and Colorado State have already defeated this team in regular season, and they are the top contenders from the Mountain Division. Boise beat Nevada 51-46, and CSU beat them 31-24. This moves us right along to the Mountain Division. Let's start with Boise, which is absolutely a contender. While it may look as if Boise is behind CSU in rankings, they're actually ahead. How does this work? While CSU has only lost one game and Boise has lost two, Boise State did not have a bye week, which means that if they win the rest of their games for the season, they will have won the same amount of games as CSU. Unfortunately for the Rams, this means that Boise would advance to the championship game because Boise beat CSU in regular season, breaking the tie. This brings us to our very own CSU Rams, who I am unfortunately going to have to call a pretender. The Rams are doing fabulous this year, which is why it's so unfortunate that I can't see them making it to the championship game. I'm doubtful of them playing in the championship for 3 reasons. The first is that the Rams team is absolutely beat up. Hollywood Higgins is doubtful this week due to a shoulder injury he received last weekend. Garrett Grayson has a groin injury and is listed as probable for this week, and D. Hart is still suffering from that knee injury that he's been battling with all season. The second reason I put the Rams as pretenders is that their game against Air Force is going to be a tough one. CSU is not only somewhat injured, but they're also playing at Air Force. The last reason I say CSU is a pretender is because Boise will have no problem finishing off their season with all wins. They always win at home, and their only away games are against New Mexico and Wyoming, who are not going to be challenging opponents. CSU has 3 more regular season games, their next being on Saturday against Hawaii. Back to you guys.
Now, those of you with a fear of snakes may want to listen with caution. Wildlife filmmaker Paul Rosalie recently put on a protective suit and was eaten alive by an anaconda. The stunt was filmed for a Discovery Channel special airing in December. Discovery says that the anaconda was not harmed during the stunt and that Rosalie made it out alive. A few teasers for the special have been released on YouTube, but there's no spoilers shown in them. The TV special will air December 7th on the Discovery Channel. So how do you feel about this?
I think it's quite interesting. I didn't even know that was possible. I feel bad for the snake, but they say that, it would be okay in the process. It wouldn't be harmed. However, I feel like it would be kind of claustrophobic.
Oh, definitely.
I wonder how much time he's spending in there.
I am terrified of small spaces. Even putting the covers over my head freaks me out. So there's no way that I'd be able to do that. But anyways, guys, that is all the time that we have.
Thanks for joining us on CTV News. Check us out on the Collegian website and also on Twitter at CollegianC.
Have a great weekend, Rams.